Red light.
Squid Game, the insanely popular Netflix show that already over 100 million people have watched this year, has inspired a slew of fun minigames based off the childhood games featured in the show. Donnie here to break down just a few that caught my attention on the Oculus Quest. Now keep in mind, you won't be winning $38 million by besting these nightmarish minigames, but you also won't be in any actual danger, outside of maybe bumping into your coffee table. Today I'm going to talk about two versions of the popular red light, green light game from the show. One is free and one is paid. Now there are player versions and tons of games like this. Some are built in GTA 5, Minecraft, and other games. But if you really want to feel immersed, there are two options here that I'm going to recommend for the Oculus platform. And I'll go through the pros and the cons of each and how they play. First, the free version. Created by an itch.io author, soaringroc. It's described as a simple game played with other nameless players. You basically just move your hands up and down to run forward and cross the finish line. You gain points for successful runs, and you lose points for getting caught. Now, if you've seen the show, you know that it's basically cross the line game where if you move once the red light has been said, then you get shot or eliminated. Now, the graphics on this are a little rough. It's obviously, player created, but it is still capturing the essence of the show. And I thought that was interesting. The developers even went over the top to add a weirdly eerie backdrop kind of track that just follows you through the playstyle. Now, this one does have multiplayer. Now, voice chat's not been enabled yet, which is okay. But the multiplayer part of it is unique because you get to see other folks run around, wave people, and potentially get eliminated. All at the same time. There's a few things I wish they had in this game. Like, I wish that there was a little more detail. I wish there was a little more pizzazz to it. But I'm telling you, it seems random. The runs, the starts, the stops, they all seem like they're timed pretty well. And it does make for some pretty interesting gameplay. I wasn't sure how much time I'd actually be able to put into this, but I found myself playing so much that I felt like I was actually getting a workout. And sometimes when you're hanging there, not looking directly ahead of you, waiting for that audio cue, it really does get you spook you or startle you a bit. When you hear that gunshot fire and you think, man, am I out? Did I just lose this? Again, very unusual, but a very interesting game to play, specifically on the Oculus Quest. I think the platform is perfect for it. Now, the free version does not require a PC to be connected to your device. It can actually be found on App Lab, which you access through your headset on your Oculus device using the built-in browser and visiting applab.games. Simply just search for red light, green light, and you can find it. The other version I'm going to get into in a second requires a PC to install, but I'll go through those step-by-step instructions at the end of the video, so stay tuned.
Green light. Red light.
So this version of red light, green light can be found on itch.io or SideQuest if you have access to a PC. Though you won't need a VR-ready PC, just a PC to be able to port this over to your Quest using a USB to USB-C or a transfer cable to load the APK to your headset itself. If you're not familiar how to do that, stick with the free version via App Lab, or just look up and familiarize yourself with how to transfer APKs to your Quest via SideQuest. Again, I'll explain at the end of the video, but let's get into the review for this version. Now, the paid version obviously has a lot better build quality to it. It has a little card with little symbols on it, just like they used in the show, and it does bring that vibe.
You are allowed to move forwards when it shouts out green light. Stop when it shouts red light. If your movement is detected afterwards, you will be eliminated.
Now, the soundtrack isn't as good, I don't think, as the free version, and the player models also are a little bit over the top. At the moment, they don't have multiplayer for it, so it does just seem like you're there with a bunch of bots, but the big creepy doll at the end and the voiceovers for those pieces sound like they came right out of the show, and for that, I give the development team, a big pat on the back. The one part about this I really didn't enjoy was the speed, and perhaps I was doing it wrong, I'm not sure. I spent about 45 minutes in the headset playing this game, which again is a lot. Similar to the first version, you can build up quite a sweat just moving your arms back and forth trying to get through these levels. The kicker on the paid version is that you can actually manipulate the other players around you. And you can see in the video I tried to do that, but ultimately got shot or eliminated myself. Now this one doesn't work the same as the free version, so once you cross the finish line, in the free version you get to restart and keep adding points. This one goes turn by turn, so each time you try to reach the finish line, you do have the opportunity to restart a level, change difficulty, whatever you'd like. The problem again is the speed. The speed doesn't change whether it's easy, hard, whatever mode you want to play in. And it takes what seems like forever to cross the finish line, which is a little bit annoying. But when you get there again, the player models, the model of the creepy doll have much better production value. And again, the voice acting must have been ripped right out of the show because it does sound really cool. The last part about the paid version is that it does cost $3. Now I dropped down my $3 for the development team just to test this out and bring this content to you guys. But again, for a paid product, I hope that they add some more development to it. I hope they upgrade it. I hope new features come, or at least a more fleshed out version of this game is developed at some point. As I conclude this video, I just wanted to let you guys know how to get both of these games as easily as possible, and that's by using SideQuest on a PC.
You have all made it through the first game. Congratulations, you're moving on.
Boot up SideQuest and look for these games to download. Now again, the free version and the paid version are both named Red Light, Green Light. You'll notice two different listings for the games. I highly suggest checking out the free one because it's just that, it's free. But the paid version is also there too if you wanted a little bit more build quality. As soon as you make your selections and connect your device, the games will be added to your headset and you should be good to go. Now this was an unusual play session for me, as I wasn't aware of these games coming out, and obviously they have no major developer behind them. But I do want to give a shout out to everybody that did participate in the development of these games. I truly enjoyed the Squid Game show, and I hope that anyone else who did enjoy has a chance to play these, because it really is an immersive experience in VR. That's all I have for you on the Squid Game Red Light, Green Light VR titles. If you'd like to hear more, visit gamingtrend.com, or stay here on the channel for everything else.